up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. What's going on? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man?
Not
Another
a whole
day
lot.
in
Yeah,
paradise.
exactly.
We're still here in the race shop for now. If you look, there's been a little more work done.
I see it.
It's framed
big improvements coming.
It's.
You got any timeline for it?
I think concrete's supposed to be poured here the next day or two,
Wow, moving quick.
and then shop will be up.
A couple month or so. I don't know.
Nah, should be before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
It's gonna be.
I mean, we'll have a lot to
Oh,
get
yeah.
straight in it.
Oh yeah, but the building and all.
Yeah, the main part will be there.
That's gonna be cool. That's really awesome.
It's gonna be. I'm ready for it. We're a little cramped in here. If y'all can't tell, it don't look that cramped on there, but it's cramped.
You stand up, walk around, you realize.
Yeah, quick. Like if we didn't have two cars in there, it wouldn't be so bad. But
That's
you
what
know
we
how
keep
it is.
saying. At one time we were okay, but now that we've added cars and never adding any more room, it
Yeah,
fills up quick.
It fills up quick. We did go get us found us a lift,
Yeah.
2-post lift.
That's right.
Got
Is
a
it-
cool story about that. Actually, we found it. We found one in Columbia the other day. We were going to go get. I was on the agenda to go get Saturday morning. But I just happened to be Friday, and that was still our thing. We were going to go get it Saturday morning, but we were going to have to take it down. Which was fine because we knew what was
Yeah.
there and everything.
What'd you
But-
put it back in?
We put it on we got a flat trailer, gooseneck flat trailer
Okay.
over there.
That's
I
I was just thinking about that.
But so anyway, just happened to be looking on Facebook Friday while I was over here at my mom and dad's at lunchtime, and I came across another one that was down in a little town called Islandton, South Carolina.
Which way's that?
That is, if you go south, almost about 50 miles from Georgia line,
Okay.
Walterboro.
Okay, I know exactly.
Okay.
I don't.
You get off there, but instead of turning left to go to Walterboro, you turn right and
Okay.
go back in.
Inland a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact about it. This the cool part about or cool or odd or weird or I don't know. Where we got it from was on the same road, only about 2 miles down, I think she said, from the Murtaugh murders
Yeah.
down there.
That.
And the woman we bought
Yeah.
it from, it was that is her cousin.
That-
Alex
that
Murtaugh
al-
is her cousin.
That always been a trip you wouldn't mind making just to kind of
I know.
see. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, what,
I
what's
mean,
it look like?
we didn't go down the other way. We could have, but everything there, which is a very nice area, but everything was kind of all the houses there looked like kind of farm style, I guess you say. Bunch of trees up around the houses and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Super nice people. So
And that was,
got it cheaper. It was already
Cheaper.
taken down,
there you go.
so it was meant to be.
Yeah, ready to see it. I think
could,
that's- no, I've never had a lift. You know, I never really.
We got one now.
Yeah.
We got
I
one
never seen one in action that much, really.
Well, we got one now, so as soon as that gets up over there, when we need it, it's there.
Yep. And you'll probably fall in love with it, I'm sure.
Oh, good Lord, yes, that's a game changer in a race
yeah.
car. I mean, for everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Just think about everything you do. You jack up the car.
oh yeah.
This, that.
I mean, just in a short time we've had that one. We had to pull the transmission out a few
Oh, yeah.
times. All that stuff. It's not a terrible job, but when you're laying on your back doing it,
It ain't fun.
as opposed to
Just stand
having it up
Yeah.
right in there, can grab everything, pull it right off. I could probably, in all honesty, I could probably do it in.
I'm sure everything will
I ain't gonna
speed
say
up.
half the time,
Yeah.
but a good bit less. So, oh, we'll see.
Yeah, have a nice shop.
Yeah,
state of the art.
hopefully we'll. It'll be a little easier to work out of.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
That way you can get some more cars put in it.
no, I don't need no more. I don't need no more cars. That's the last thing we need. We got to figure out the ones we got.
Yeah. Maybe this will help you.
So, what about you? What you been up to? What was it? I know we was at the racetrack the other day. We'll get into that because that's
Yeah.
about all we got to talk about this show. So,
Just regular week. We didn't really decide to race until late in the week. We kind of say we'll throw one last shot at it with what we got, and so we went over to Chad's and just set it up on all, and took it over there Friday, and went and just I mean, feeling okay about it. We were very unsure because we only had what 1 hour of practice
Yeah.
for my stuff we changed, which was pretty scary. But yeah, we were going to try it. I think we just battled in the same motor. But hey, what we got a top 5.
You got top 5.
Yeah, don't worry about how many were in it. But
Don't worry about that. It's top 5.
yeah,
It's top 5. That's all we say. That's all we worry about.
yeah.
You get checked for top 5. So you end up where? Was it 4th? Yeah.
Fourth
Fourth.
out of 7. So right in the middle.
Me and you. Shh! Don't say out of what. Me and you working on the same pattern there.
Yeah.
So,
4th place at Dillon's.
I know.
That's kind of what we're good for.
that's what we're good for right now. Them I will say real quick, the leaders there were checked out and gone.
Oh yeah, even from 3rd place. I mean, they were gone for a 25 lap race. You don't usually see that big of a
That was
gap for them.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know, which I mean, it was. I spotted for our buddy Matt Winkler. Went with his 2nd race in the car, so I was trying to help him. Chad told me, he said, "How about a spot for him today?" Because Chad called me last week. He was like, or texted me actually. He said, "You racing this week?" I said, "No, we ain't got a motor back. We ain't put a motor in the car." I said, "But I'm gonna come over there, so I'll come help y'all or whatever, whoever." I didn't know if you were racing, whatever. Regardless, we'll be over there. He said, "Cool, I might get you a spot for me." I said, "Okay, sounds good." He said, "We got all 3 of their cars coming, which was Chad, Ethan, and Matt." So I was like, "Awesome, sounds good. We'll have a good day of it." Well, first of all, the car store gets way too much practice.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
It's-
all day. I mean, that's the first time that I've been a part of a car store schedule.
yeah.
And
Now you just wish you'd got there later.
yeah, I mean, shoot, there wasn't no need to get there at 3 o'clock. Really,
I mean, really, there wouldn't, because they did not open the gate over there until, what was it, 3? I think it was.
I think 2 is what it
2,
said. I mean,
2.
we were there before that, but
I got there a little after 1, and I had to sit outside until 2 o'clock.
crazy.
when they opened the
I mean, they were there Friday too.
Yeah.
All of
That's what I'm
them.
saying.
from what
They
we
practiced all day Friday, and then they started, 10, 11? They started about 11 o'clock, I think it was.
No, I think. I mean, it was about. Well, actually, maybe say about 12,
It was
12:30. But I
Okay.
mean, like that was like 3 rounds,
So-
like an hour apiece.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they had like 3.5 hours of practice.
They probably ran like the race 3 or 4 times just in practice.
Yeah, they ran way more laps in practice than they ever ran in the race.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hey,
Guess you
more
gonna-
power to them.
Yeah.
They want to burn through tires like that, which, I mean, I wonder what that does to racing, though. I kind of go back and forth on that. But anyway, we'll get in that. So, anyway, went over there. I got there, and when I got there, I think you told me first. Or somebody told me. Might have been you. I can't remember.
Maybe so.
Yeah, Chad's not running. I said,
Yeah.
well, what happened to Chad?
Yeah, that wasn't his motor in it. He was trying out a motor for Mr. Barfield there, and I believe they found something wrong with it.
Yeah,
Not
they
quite
said
sure
it
what.
started making all kind of noise. They were trying to.
Something was like knocking.
Yeah,
kinda
he
what I
said he was
said.
trying to set the valves, and they cranked it up. When they did, it just sounded like a knock in the bottom end, and he didn't want to. I don't blame him. He didn't want a chance going out there and it
Just
blowing up and-
everywhere.
and then wrecking himself, wrecking somebody else, or whatever else. I get it. I wouldn't have it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah.
No, not when something like that. So
Just I do feel bad though, getting ready and you're there and unloaded and you get ready to go and something like that happens. So that's
yeah, it stinks.
stinks, but,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
that's
the way it goes.
racing.
Yep.
But we did have Ethan and Matt there. Ethan was back out there with his car first time since last year, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep. Because
Yeah.
you wrecked it in New Year's Bash.
Yeah, he wrecked
practice.
day,
Yeah.
first day, and then they went and got Matt's car and kind of half threw it together,
Yeah.
just enough to race. Yeah,
But yeah, it's the first time he'd raced that car and raced it and probably, since October or
Did you check
so.
his body out on it. He's got that
The
new AR body.
Camaro, whatever.
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
got the Camaro nose, but it's not like the full on. I don't know what you really call that body. I don't know what.
Kinda like a
name it's- I think it's
reskin?
called a Revolution body. I think
Revolution,
it's what it's
okay.
called. Because it's got like the Camaro nose, but it's still more the
More-
older style, late model stock looking body.
Mhm.
I like it
It's,
personally.
it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm more of a 5-star guy.
You like the pointed nose, the old school pointed nose?
Yeah. I mean,
Or you like the new 5-star?
The new 5-star looks really good, but I mean, we don't really run that in our class.
Well, there is one.
Yeah, they're starting to trickle down.
There's one.
You're seeing 3 or 4 at Florence.
Yeah,
But I actually like the older AR body. Like,
I do.
Like I think that one looks the best out of
That's what's on
the
that car
previous
right there.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go to the next, I think if you go to the new Camaro, I think the 5-star looks better to me. But it's probably a lot easier if you already got an AR body to do that.
It definitely is. It definitely.
I don't
is.
blame him. Yeah. Looks
Well,
good.
it's actually. I was talking to Chad about it, and I said, "Do the mounts?" Because he had an old AR body on that car. And I asked Chad if the mounts were to be the same.
Matched
He said,
up.
No,
Really?
He said you had to cut every one of them off.
Wow.
He said it was fun to hang from one body and changing over type of bodies. That's part of it. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of what we got to do with the Legend car right now, because they don't make the old the sedan. They don't make the old fenders anymore, so we got to fit a new one, and all the old holes are showing, so that's going to be a pain. But
what did they go to on the new fenders? What I know the old fenders, they were kind of the curved, come back with the body. The new fenders are what?
The new sedan, I don't know. It's got like a more steep curve.
Okay.
And down.
Okay.
It just fits a little different. I don't know.
Smaller.
See how it works. Smaller.
I mean, I know you said you could see the holes outside, so.
Well, the old one just seemed to come up more like in a more circular, like a kind of a hill. This one's like a mountain, and it goes up and drops down quicker. I don't know. It's just different fitting.
Yeah.
It's just the way it fits on. You still see most of the holes.
Oh well.
So we'll see.
Speaking of Legend cars, real quick, before we get any rest of it, I want to comment on something that was on another podcast last week. And I tweeted this out even. I'm trying. I think his name's Graham Smith, which is Marcus Smith's son.
Okay.
He is VP over
U.S. Legends.
U.S.
like
Legends, INX. Yep. So he kind of sees more the day-to-day around there now. It's how he's getting his start in racing, in his family business. And he raced some of them back in the day a little bit. He's only 25. I will respect what he does up there. I think they do a pretty good job at it for the most part. And I don't come on here to bash anybody, and I'm not bashing him. I'd love to have a conversation with him about it, actually. He was on Door Bumper Clear last week, and he got to they were talking about Legends, and somebody brought up the question on there about the availability of the new shocks and tires. How, and they just brought up the question. He's like, and he said on there that all this stuff was available. It is out there to get. You can get as much of it as you want. And I was like, I don't believe that's
not exactly
a true statement.
Yeah. Maybe at the INX sanctioned, events or whatever. Not even, but
and they were like, people talking about they're running on a year-old set tires. I'm like, no, I'm running on a 2-year or no. Tires I got on my car are 3 years old because we can't get it.
I was approaching, 2.5 before I finally had to take a punch.
And I was like, I don't know. So, I took a little exception what he had to say there, and I'm just like, it's not it may be true on his end, but it's not true on our local racer side. If anybody happens to hear this from there, like I said, I'd love to have a conversation about it. But coming from two people here that we race big cars, we also try to race Legend cars. And we love to do that. I do anyway, and I imagine you do too.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we don't go run the national stuff with it. Might would like to try sometime.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it, but
right.
don't really, that opportunity hasn't really become available.
And so, in order to be even remotely competitive with anybody at these tracks, we got to have tires.
At least newer tires.
Newer.
Yeah.
And you can't go to one of these setup shops and they tell you that is also a dealer, and they tell you there are no tires available, but I'll sell you our 6 race old tires. That don't sound good.
Nope.
It don't sound good.
I mean, I guarantee you could call U.S. Legends right now and want to buy tires no matter the price.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any.
You can't get them. I know you can't because Summer Shootout started today.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually going on right now as we speak.
Monday and Tuesday. So.
Yep. So I don't know. I think we need to figure out this availability stuff for the Legend side.
Also, the price of it.
Price is going a little outrageous.
The availability has skyrocketed the price on them.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know how this works. We all know how it works. The dealers for iNext, they go pick up all their product. Then they mark up their product. But marking up the tires, especially what has been available to the certain people that have been able to get them, the prices I've heard that they have paid for them is somewhat outrageous, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know. It's just, I'm
you
just
gotta
like,
figure it out before.
The word iNext means it stood for inexpensive. I mean, so we got to get back to that. And he was talking about on the show how, obviously prices go up. I get that, but he kind of left it hanging at this. He was like, Humpy and his granddad stood out there, talking about the cars one day, or talking about what would they like to do, and they said, well, man can go, obviously this was many, many years ago, they said they could go buy a bass boat for $10,000. They wanted him, if he wanted to go racing, they wanted to get him into sport for the same price.
Yeah.
$10,000. Well, I hate to tell anybody, I think he was a little misleading on that. A Legend car is nowhere close to $10,000 anymore.
Not compete.
No.
Not with the new Z09 and all.
No.
You're hard.
Brand new one I think you get from iNext now for like $18,500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're hard pressed to find even a used one for that.
If you get one from any setup shop that already has somewhat of a setup in it,
probably.
And everybody knows. I mean, I'm not giving out any trade secrets here. There's little spacers put here and there. There's, setting your wheel length, stuff like that. Then they come up there and they scale you out in it, scale your driver out in it. I mean, it's not anything I'm giving out there necessarily. If you get one from a setup shop, you are upwards of typically upwards of 22 on up, depending on who you get it from.
Mm-hmm.
So prices have. I get it. I mean, I'm not saying they should be there, but just don't mislead everybody.
Yeah.
When you're talking about it, let's be realistic about it. Let's talk real numbers. Let's talk real numbers and real stuff. Don't just say, oh yeah, stuff's available. No, it's not. It's not available to me. I've been trying.
Yeah. And I think that's hurt him a lot.
Yeah,
really.
I do too. And I think that I don't like the new shock deal. I'll come out and straight up tell them I do not like the new shock deal. I don't mind an upgrade in shock. I don't mind saying, all right, we need a new shock. We need something different. We need something to perform a little better. Okay, fine. I don't mind that. I don't see the purpose for the 4 options.
Yeah.
In shock. Those cars have ran for 30-some years now.
Yeah, I don't see it.
On a
kind of seemed like it was
common shock.
Fixing a problem that didn't exist.
Exactly. And the thing is going to be at most tracks, especially if, say, me and you, we run Florence and Dillon most of the time. Once we figured out what set of shocks need to be on it, that's what's going to stay on it anyway. But you're going to have to go through a whole lot of shock combinations out of 4 shocks to figure out what ours is going to be.
Yeah.
Because we're not working on pull down rigs. We're not working on, we're the.
Yeah.
I mean, we can send our shot to somebody to get a dynoed and figure out what we need where, but I don't know. I'm not a shot guy myself. I ain't going to say.
Really hurts people like me and you say, we have, a Charger car. We have something. We have other stuff that we want to do. We still want to race Legends.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But that's not our whole focus.
Right.
We can't put all of our resources into just Legends. And you don't want to show up, when you're at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
So I think that really drives away a lot of people.
Exactly. But I'm not getting on here to complain.
Yeah, hopefully they'll have it trickle down a lot yet to us, but
Well, and even
like they're on the way.
Even like the FZ09 right now, you can't find a new one. There's not one available. You can call INEX and there's not one available.
Really?
I've known people do it. So there's a lot of supply issues right now. And I get that.
Yeah.
But don't supply to this one, but not this other one. I don't know. Everybody's in the same boat. We all want to race.
Yeah.
We want to. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I don't know. So how's your week been so far? It's just Monday. Car come out trailer yet?
No.
Still in timeout?
Still in timeout. It might get out when I get home. We'll see.
So what's the plan for it? So you ran fourth.
Motor's coming out.
You sound like me. You run fourth, pull the motor out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just down on power. No way around it. You can't do but so much, you know. And I feel like we're throwing everything at it now, to where if it was a car, we would have figured it out. And so
I was listening to yours the other day. I was spotting Matt, and he kind of got in a groove there. I was trying to help him out on his. I'm not going to say I'm by no means the top driver. By no means to tell everybody
you're a driving coach.
No, I ain't saying all that. He's saying all that, but that's what Chad told me. He said go up there and just kind of help him out on his line. You know, tell him around track. Just stay keyed up for a little while and tell him lift. You know, brake, get back in it, ease back in it, whatever. Come to the wall. So I did that for a while, and actually, I was impressed with him because from the start of the race to the end of the race, we picked up almost half a second.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge.
So that was pretty good. He went from running 19 ones to 18 sixes by the end of the race.
Good. And that was on tires he raced last week. So.
Right. So I mean, it's getting to competitive times. So
it won't be long.
No, won't be long. He'll get it figured out. But he got free to everybody and kind of got in rhythm, so I kind of let it go, let him do his thing. Now, I was watching you one time, and I saw you come off turn 4 just sideways, just giving that thing all
I didn't want to back out of it at all, trying to plan it.
I asked your dad when I come in, because you were in the trailer, I asked your dad, I said, what that motor turn? He hit a button, he said like 63 and a half. I said, he probably done that spinning tires out of 4.
It probably went down from there.
But that's what it's. I mean, it didn't sound like it necessarily went down, but it just sounded flat.
Yeah, like
it come out the corner there and just.
Oh, we've tried it. Every combination of gear. You know, we've tried it all. So it's just not putting the power down that it showed on the dyno sheet. I don't believe, or something.
Something's up there.
I don't know.
It ain't turning up for some reason.
Yeah, we're gonna get one that will.
Yeah,
cross that off the list.
That's an aggravating problem, especially the way y'all have had to deal with it. Because you know, blowing the motor at the New Year's Bash while you were running extremely good. So you take that motor out. You get a. What'd you go to? We bought a brand new crate motor.
Yeah, and it stumbled out of the gate.
Yeah.
Just did that. That one didn't run any worse than this one did.
GM crate motor, straight from GM.
Yeah, but I think the quality of those are going down a little bit.
I've heard some issues, you know, straight from GM on a lot of people's. So you get a dud, and what'd you do after you sent that motor off, or are you using a different motor?
This is a different one.
Oh,
it's the one that we run last year.
Okay.
That we got refreshed, and it came back, and it's just so mediocre, can't you know?
And that's the thing, and that's what, you know, you start questioning everything.
Oh yeah,
on the car, and it's like it's set up that far off, and don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, you can make setup changes all day long, but I'm like, look,
even when
I think I was telling your dad, I said, man, as good as this thing was running at the Bash, literally the only thing I've changed is the motor.
Oh yeah,
I said it's just
we've gone through that car. It's been
I've thrown about 3 kitchen sinks.
Everything, yeah. It's crazy the amount of stuff that's been done to it, but yeah, we just gotta get some motor. I think that's just the bottom line we're facing right now.
It's coming.
Oh yeah,
it's coming. One way or the other.
Both of us will get a motor here, and We'll
Go
go.
set the world on
Oh
fire.
yeah, we're gonna start flying. Ain't gonna be able to touch us.
Gonna solve all our problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Cool. Well, guys, we actually don't even have anybody on the show today. I put it out there if anybody want to jump on with us. Fan wise, that's what I even said. I said fan or not fans. I ain't gonna say fan. I'm just say friends. People that listen to the show, it was like, hey, jump on with us. Send us some message and we'll get you on. But you know, I thought nobody wanted to even be on there.
No, okay.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Monday after work, kind of hard.
I'm telling you, it's and I talked to some drivers, stuff like that. We got some lined up for the next couple weeks, but everybody was tied up today.
It's a busy day.
So quick before we get into anything else, did you watch any of the Dream this past week from Eldora?
I saw a lot of highlights from it. I did.
Did you?
I did kind of pay attention to it, which was.
It was very, very, very interesting. I had some conversations with a few industry people about this over the weekend. I don't think I'm saying nothing that I know I'm not saying anything that isn't somewhat public knowledge anyway. Everybody talked about one of the big stories of the week was our friend Kyle Strickler was up there in a brand new rocket. He has been in Longhorns. He's been in Longhorn for a while since he started driving. Even modifieds. He had some Longhorns, and then he got into a Longhorn to begin with. There with different stuff. But he got into a Longhorn, had his own Longhorn. Went to a team. They did run rockets for just a little while. He talked them into getting Longhorn. He's with Melanie Motorsports now. They had Longhorns. All of a sudden, he comes out of the box this week with Cody Mallory, who Cody Mallory has been everybody probably has heard that name in dirt racing. He has been a very, very good crew chief. He was with Scott Bloomquist for a while when they won many, many races together. Young guy. But he's very smart when it comes to race cars, dirt cars. He was very good in go-karts, actually. We raced with him some back in the day. He shows up. It was a big to-do because Cody Mallory was with Kyle Strickler, and they were running a rocket. And what was even bigger than that, which I was like, huh? They said, Scott Bloomquist is here. He's not running. He's still having some back and leg issues, which is the first Dream he's missed since he started running.
Oh yeah.
So 30 years. But there was about, I think, 4 Team Zero cars there. He was with Cody Mallory and Kyle Strickler helping work on the rocket.
Wow.
I was like, this is interesting.
Something in the works here.
There's I hear Rocket has started up a program, kind of put Cody Mallory kind of over it. They're really just hearsay. I don't know all the actual details. By no means, I'd like to get Cody Mallory on here to talk about it, actually. As we all know, our friends over at Longhorn, I'm friends with those guys, like them a whole lot. Super nice guys. And we all know, though, they have been on top of the dirt
Late model
game
world
for the past about 3 years, especially. Before that, they were really good, but the past 3-4 years, especially,
had dominant supremacy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think Mark Richards with Rockets kind of stepping up, which we need. You
gotta have some competition.
Gotta have competition.
Yeah. Anytime you get one company over
Exactly.
the whole thing, it kind of
it makes everybody better.
Yeah.
Good competition makes everybody better. So that's why it was just surprising to me to see Kyle Strickler, because he almost won the Dream a couple years ago in Longhorn, And he was he was very adamant about getting back into a Longhorn. I talked to him. Even when he got in Scott Bloomquist's car, he got into a Team Zero ride there for a little while. I talked to him up at Charlotte, hung out with him up there a little while. He said, man, it's just not comfortable to me. I like the Longhorn. It's just comfortable to me. So that was pretty interesting, to say the least, to see that. But I hear Mason Ziegler is kind of in that deal. Kyle Strickler, and there's going to be some more to come in there. So might have to talk with Cody, see if I can get him on here and fill us in.
See what's going on.
Fill us in on it. But week went on. To nobody's surprise, Tim McCready jumps out first night, wins, and Ricky Thornton Jr., both our Longhorn buddies there. So good for them. Tim McCready was pretty fast all week until the dream night, till Saturday night. He still made the main. I mean, obviously he's gonna make the main, but he got in a wreck in the heat and went to a backup. Backup just wasn't.
I had a back really.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, tore it up bad enough. He went to a backup.
Wow. Yeah.
So when he went to backup, he just wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Chris Ferguson didn't make it. Got past coming out of turn 4, and they spun across the line. Didn't make the main by one position.
That's kind of.
But his little cousin, our friend Carson Ferguson, he made the main. First time he's made it up there and ran good. So proud of him. Proud of him. He in his Longhorn. But the man of the week there at the end of it was none other than Superman himself, Jonathan Davenport.
Oh yeah.
And but I did think, in saying that, I think Chris Madden actually probably had the fastest car, but the track rubbered up real bad down on the bottom, and it just made it one lane. You couldn't pass.
Yeah.
Davenport was just on by heat. Chris would have had to hit him and move him, which is not exactly easy in a dirt late mode.
Especially with these guys. But yeah, from what I saw, I watched some of the heats and I didn't get to see the feature and all. But I mean, there's 4 or 5 people that you could have picked. Had a legitimate that could be the best car.
Yep.
It's just gonna be who happened to be best.
Ricky Thornton Jr. was still right
there.
Yeah. I think he ended up 4th. I want to say he did. But Chris Madden was good, really good, and that's goes to show right there. Which Chris Madden's always good. I mean, he's every time. But he's in a rocket, so good competition.
Making some progress. It might be just a big, deal. Just the two superpowers going at each other for too long.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
I think it's cool.
That is awesome. So that's cool. It's cool. It's very good. Dream is a fun race to go to. I'm gonna have to take you up there to it one day.
I think they need to bring back the Dream with the NASCAR drivers.
Yeah,
they did 07 and 08 kind of that area.
What did they call that? The prelude to
the Dream. That's what
I've heard in the rumblings. Might be something coming back for next year.
Yeah, other than Tony Stewart's kind of split with NASCAR over the.
I think he's
been in the booth.
That's what I'm
calling the races, so he's not totally estranged from it.
Right. I think this first of this year he's kind of calmed down from that. So
yeah, I think it'd be good. I'd love to have the trucks back at Eldora. I think they race phenomenal there.
I think they were better at Eldora than they are at
Knoxville. Yeah, they seem to just always be an awesome race there.
I think if you're gonna run trucks, cup, whatever on dirt, they've got to have banking.
Yeah,
I don't think they would run good without banking.
No, it has just been.
And Knoxville, I think, is just a little too flat.
Yeah, and it's like they just start, and then it happens to be a late restart.
Yeah,
and it's just
pilot in there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Eldora just need perfect size, perfect shape for the trucks, especially.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, but as always, everybody, want to thank our good friends over at Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Got my motor over there right now, actually. Be getting it back here in probably a couple weeks. Ready to slap her in there and be ready to ride with the hot rod over there.
Sit you back in your seat.
I hope so.
Feel that one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to.
I-
I got all confidence.
I got no reason why not.
Exactly. No reason why it's not. He told me, Earl told me out of his mouth, he said, you might have felt horsepower. You ain't never felt my horsepower. I said, all right. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear right there. So, anyway, but no, I had no questions in the first place, guys. If you need a motor, need big power, especially, we've always talked about his crate package up there. Crate package is kind of being his bread and butter up there. Super good in the crate world. Great in every other aspect also. But these crate deals are so big now, especially on the dirt side. But we got a ton of it in asphalt.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have a good motor. You got to have good. That thing's got to be balanced right. It's got to be perfect. Valve springs be good in it. All that good stuff. The things you can do to a crate motor, it's got to be good to have the right power that you need. So head over to our good friend Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Pick you up some horsepower today. When you get it in there, get that car back over there. Set you up some time on his chassis dyno. That's where you find out a lot of things about your car. You can figure out a lot. You can figure out if you got drag in certain areas that you didn't know you had it. When Connor gets motor in there, I'm gonna set up some time on and figure out what we got going on. No, I'm just playing. So yeah, y'all head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines, pick you up some power today. And one of them things gonna help out a ton with that power is always a good set of Profab headers. I actually went to lunch yesterday with our good friend Andrew Garris from Profab Headers after
Awesome.
church. Met him after church. Cool thing. He helps out his good friends PJL Motorsport. I want to make sure I got the letters straight. So I was pausing. I didn't want to mess them up. But anyway, it's Paisley and Jack Lawson. They've been running the wing cart stuff, the beginner type stuff over at Millbridge.
Okay.
On the dirt, and they want to get. Well, Paisley got into a Bandolero. Andrew's helping them out. Got Profab all down the side of it.
There you go.
So it's really cool looking. I'll show you the car right here. But they need some seat time because they were putting her in the summer shootout.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jumping in.
So she
both feet
jumped in. The only place they had to come practice was at Florence Motor Speedway.
Wow. And that's a little bit different than the track there.
Yeah, it's different, but she had never been in one at all to know how anything
Just how
worked.
to generally get around a race
So
track.
she did great, though. She went around there the very first lap and never let out of it, spun it coming out of 2.
Got to find the limit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Found the limit right off the bat. And she was good to go after that. But she's a beginner with a restrictor plate, all that good stuff, which, I'm not exactly sure how old she is. I want to say like 6, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, she's little.
Wow.
She's a little teeny thing. 6, 7, 8, maybe. I don't think she's that old. But, so anyway, I'm going to try to, I tried to talk her in to let me do an interview with her. She wasn't having that.
Well, yeah.
wasn't having that.
6 years old, I probably wouldn't either.
She wasn't having that. I was like, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. But no, she's doing really good. She's ran great up at Millbridge. They get into this Bandolero stuff. They said, this is a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
I said, oh, yeah.
That's a whole different game.
Wasn't necessarily the racing part, just all the little stuff that goes along with it. The way they operate is just so much different than how Millbridge operates.
Really?
Yeah, and it operates just like a go-kart track typically does around here, and it's just structured differently.
Okay.
And so you just got to figure out all that. So, but anyway, it's really cool. So y'all go follow them. I put it on our Facebook page this past week. So y'all PJL Racing, PJL Motorsports. I'm sorry, PJL Motorsports. Still getting it. So y'all go follow them, help them out. They're looking for some sponsorship. Get through summer shootout, some little stuff to go in the car. Any little thing helps because that is a expensive endeavor. I found out
It
just
is.
with that. Their pit passes and stuff are insane.
I remember. It was crazy.
Fix that you went and ran a little bit of it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
It's a little costly.
oh yeah, oh,
Phew.
yeah. Especially when people renting garage stalls and all.
Yeah,
We never do that, but
that's expensive.
mhm.
So, but anyway, y'all go check out them and Profab headers, guys. They are the best thing to have on your car. I told them I got to have a set regardless. So y'all head over to Profab headers and exhaust. Go get you. I don't care what kind of car you're racing. I don't care, far as especially all the V8 stuff. We'll say, even legend cars. That's what's on the legend car now. It's Profab headers. So all the way back through the muffler, they build every bit of that. So y'all head over to Profab. I don't care if you run dirt, asphalt, whatever you got. They got something for your application. Go pick you up some. You can pick up them at SRI Performance. They got everything. They're like Walmart for race cars, as I always say. Go over to SRI Performance. Get anything you need. I mean, just anything. I mean, you walk in there and you just start looking at shelves and you're like, I want that. And then you realize what that budget was again.
Might not need all that.
Might not need all that. I want it, though. But anyway, y'all head over there. But what'll help with that is go online. Put it all in there. Get it all in your buggy, all in your shopping cart on there, as they say. Then put in promo code CBONE10. A C is in
Chicken.
BONE10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. That is at www.sriperformance.com. Head on over. Same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Stock Car Steel and Aluminum.
There you go.
Got a little tongue tied there. Sister company too, or actually parent company technically to SRI Performance. So they got all the materials that you need to put a car together. I don't care if you're building one from ground up. They got every piece of material, metal, aluminum, plastics, whatever. If you don't have it, they can special order it in for you. If it is just this crazy,
Off the wall
alloy that you need. We've had them on here talking about it last year. They got some shipped in for some people from Germany overnight.
Wow. For
aerospace stuff. I told them I would not like to see the shipping bill on that one. But you got to do what you got to do. But they can get anything you need. I don't care if you're building deer stands, building race cars, building airplanes. They got everything you need. Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. Get all the materials you'll need. All right. Got a few comments here. What we got? Landon Moody. What's up, man? It's good finally actually meeting you. I met your dad a while back. Good finally meeting you. Andy said they clean up the shop so you can come use it.
I guess we got to clean up the shop then.
Where am I going to put it?
Yeah, good question.
Start stacking them? I mean, what are we going to do?
You need to build a second story. You don't need to build a new shop. Just build a second story on this one.
Forget out. We'll go up.
Yeah.
He told me, he called me yesterday, said Lizzie was down on power again. That motor they got.
That's what I felt when I was in it.
He said, I think they got blown head gasket.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about yesterday. He said motor keeps running hot. It's losing some water, but it's not like running out of water. But it keeps getting hotter. The longer you run it, the hotter it gets. I said, it sounds like to me might have blown head gasket somewhere close to the exhaust side. So if it's pumping exhaust back into the water jacket, it could make it really hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Possibly. A possibility.
So I think he said might pop the motor out of it. Maybe. See what's going on there.
Cool deal.
So anyway, run through a little bit over there at Dillon the other night. Tristan McKee wins the Pro Late Model Cars Tour race at I actually got a little rundown here. I saved it. But he won 12 years old.
Yes.
And won it. We talked about it a little bit earlier ourselves. And I mean, he's a driver. He's a wheel man already.
Oh yeah.
We seen him run over at Florence in the 400. I think he got in a wreck over there in the 400. Hit the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, it was
actually.
on the front straightaway.
Yeah. And he got out just mad. 'Cause I was like, that's the driver right there. But nah, he was smooth the other night.
They played that, the waiting game.
Yep.
Right there.
He rode.
Third or fourth. That last caution, about 35 to go. It was over then.
It was.
He had him.
It was. So Tristan McKee takes home the win. Katie Hittinger, she had a good day all day, except for qualifying. She ran great in practice, led, was in top 2 in every practice. All of a sudden, qualifying comes around, she qualifies 6th.
Yeah.
Which wasn't bad.
No.
She said it just didn't put her in the position she wanted to because she wanted to drive up through there and get top 3 quicker, but she did quickly. But she said it just didn't put her in a position that she wanted to be in. But I don't know. I think Tristan was just faster over the long run. He saved a little more than she did, maybe because on some restarts she did get had to race with a few cars, and I think that hurt her a little more.
Yeah, he was able to slot in like that 4th spot.
Yeah,
and knowing they had that rule with the 35 consecutive green flag laps, or whatever, is able to play his cards pretty good there.
I like that rule. You like it?
It's just okay. It just does good instead of having like a full on stage break or something.
Right.
Just
Well, I see it as, I see it as you can kind of plan for that, but at the same time you can't.
Yeah. If there's an actual caution, it
Right, it resets that 35 lap clock.
So yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think you always need it in the late model stocks. They seem to.
They run the 40 lap count on
Yeah.
theirs. I guess they run a little bit longer race. I think sometimes it worked out good at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah.
It kind of put a little strategy game into it. And I don't know. I can see positives and negatives. I like it for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I will say about it, and I pointed out at the first race, I'm just saying I called this, the number 13 car of Austin McDonald.
He did finally come up there at the end.
He played it well. Didn't make it. Everybody try. I think they all try to qualify good. If I had to guess, I'm like, nobody wants to go out there and start at the back. Because I think if you can
do
qualify
it.
up front,
You can do it straight up.
Right up front, I think you're better off. But if something happens and you do qualify at the back, Austin McDonald qualified at the back, number 13 car. I don't know if he was last or next last, but he was somewhere right there. And they take off, and I watched him, and I heard him coming out the corner. I said, he's saving tires.
Oh, he was cruising.
and even my dad finally looked at him. He was like, oh, he about to get lapped. I said, no, he's not. He
knows when caution's
about to come out. He rode the first 2, I guess we'll call them stages.
Yeah. Just rode.
Just enough not to get lapped. All of a sudden, the last green flag run there, he took off, made it up to 6th.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Finished 6th. So he played the strategy.
Oh, yeah.
He played it.
That's what you got to mean. In all honesty, looking at practice, he probably didn't have he might have had a top 10 car, but
Right.
they gave him his best chance.
Yep.
To make something happen there. So,
Caden Quapple had a terrible night.
looked like he had something.
He had something happen on the front end. I don't know if him and a car got together at some point. And it looked like me and your dad were talking about it. And I said, I think his tie rod just come loose.
It had to, because just the way that the toe was looking on the left front there.
It took the left front tire and just turned it to the inside of the track. They finally come in, but I will say, I think on tracks like that, they need to give them
That was crazy.
a little bit more time because they like 3 laps. That was it.
I mean, it was like as soon as I got the field called up, it was like we're going one to go.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. I mean, especially when you got 13 cars.
And I could see it if nobody came into pits. All right, nobody's coming in. Let's throw one to go. If somebody's in the pits,
and they're obviously working on something.
Yeah,
usually that's usually the short track courtesy kind of.
Yeah, let's give them 2 to 3 laps. I mean, something like that.
Unofficial had 10 officials to see how long.
Exactly.
If it's going to be something that's going to be extended time, we'll go ahead and go. But
right,
if 2 or 3 laps, I can get it done.
Exactly,
let's do it.
And that was my thing. I was like, man, So he ended up going 4 laps down, and all they did, I watched it down there. They jacked up the car, broke the I don't know if it was already loose or they had to break it loose, the tie rod loose, and turned it till they look at it, and it was pretty straight, and sent him back out. Tightened it down, sent him back out. I mean, something that don't really take all that long.
Well, yeah, even the caution before where they came in and just started taking like 10 rounds out of it or whatever, we still had to gas up to catch up to the field on that one.
Yeah, he almost missed start on that one. Yeah, I think they need to, if somebody's in the pits, at least give them a lap or two. I say 3.
Yeah.
Myself on a track that small, 0.4 of a mile. Even caution laps don't take too long. Probably 30 seconds, probably double your lap time pretty much.
Right.
Probably 30, 40 seconds at most. So I don't know. So it was an interesting race. It was fun to watch. Gio Ruggiero finished 4th. His car, that was the smoothest looking car though.
It was.
I mean,
Well, like it drove pretty good.
yeah, I mean, you were even talking about in practice how it just come out the corner and it was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just like it just steady RPM and all of a sudden it hit the rev limiter. But it never sounded like it was screaming.
Never sounded like it was straining the motor.
No,
kind of.
Not at all. Not at all.
Where did Ashton Higgins fin up?
Ashton Higgins finished 5th.
He led a majority of the
Yeah,
race.
he led a
Guess
majority.
he went a little bit too hard.
Yep, that's what I was fixing to say. I think he might have overdid it there. The 88 car, TJ DeClaire, he was up there.
Kind of the same deal.
Yep, same deal. And then that last run there, Tristan McKee and Katie Hittinger kind of took over the first and second spot. Seemed like when they evened out, Tristan and Katie were kind of running similar times, but she just Tristan, he was just kind
He
of
took off about 4 laps there and opened up a little gap.
opened him a gap and maintained it. So, congratulations to him. That was a good run, but youngest driver to ever win a Cars Tour race. 12 years old.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that is just
That's insane to
wow.
me. I mean, I understand why they got to do it now. And I look at it now, though. I used to say, no, that's too young to be in a big car. Way too young to be in a big car. Way too young. And I still think maybe, and I know Tristan would pass all this, so I'm not knocking him in any way, but I still think maybe there needs to be some kind of approval process maybe for that.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Whether that just be running legends and having somebody from Cars Tour come watch you or whatever, you get a practice, and you have to be approved by Cars Tour to run it.
Maybe make some starts like at your local track or
Exactly.
whatever.
Just something. I still think maybe there should be some type of approval, but I completely understand why they're doing it now.
Hey, he's winning
Because
races.
by
So.
15, 16, you can run the late model stocks, which aren't running any faster.
Actually, a little bit slower.
I was fixing to say they're actually a little slower, but they're the bigger series, right? They're more sponsored series. And then, just like everybody else right now, they're jumping out of late model
Jumping in
stocks.
ARCA and trucks and from there.
So you're pretty much there at that point. When you can jump in an ARCA car at 15 years old now and run short tracks, you've got to have something to lead up to that.
Yeah, you gotta.
Our friend Derek McGrew Jr., 15 years old. He's almost 16 now. ARCA start last week. I think got another one coming up this week, I want to say, at Berlin. So I don't disagree with him being able to run the short track side of ARCA yet. I think need to be the Kyle Busch rule went into effect. Everybody knows, and you got to be 18 to run a mile and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily disagree with that. And
Yeah.
I guess it's probably more insurance reasons than anything.
I'm sure.
I don't know. Hey, you as somebody who couldn't run that yet probably sees a little different. Like
Yeah.
I think I can run it, and I know you could. I mean, but I guess you look at it.
You got to have some line. For
Yeah, you
keep
do.
pushing that limit. Yeah,
You do, because you had people like Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch was 16 years old himself,
mm-hmm.
and he was at California about to get in and practice a truck for Roush at the race. And they called him in to holler and said, look, we're not going to be able to do it. And what happened was, he talked about it in something not long ago. What happened was the California Gaming Commission, which oversees all sporting events, I think it was, or sporting commission, something like that. Whatever it was, come to him and said, "Nah, he's
That's a little too young,
He's
yeah.
too young to run and at the time, them trucks were running 180
I'm sure, yeah.
some
Down
mile an hour.
Auto
you know?
clubs, huge track.
Yeah. So I can understand it. I put it that way. So anyway, guys, I want to thank our good friends over at Dixie Made. If you want the best Southern apparel out there, stop by right here in Florence, South Carolina, just beside the flea market. You coming in town anytime to go to a race over at Florence Motor Speedway, right down the road from Dillon Motor Speedway. It's actually about halfway in between, where it is.
Just off 95.
Just off I-95. Stop right over here at Dixie Made. Guys, Drake, Southern Fried Cotton, so many more brands. That's just a couple out of the dozens that they have there. Just stop by. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Stop by Dixie Made and tell them we sent you. Go get some awesome-looking apparel and other types of apparel. Good old Rev Max racing apparel. For us drivers, you got to have a good quality fire suit. Good quality gloves when you get in these cars. That is one thing we like to know, that if something happens, that we're safe in these cars. But on top of that, you want to look good.
Oh, yeah.
So head over, check our friends out over at Rev Max Racing Apparel, Rev Max Racing on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Head over there, chat them up, see what you can come up with. Taylor over there has a great eye for design, so she puts out some awesome designs. Y'all go check them out, see what you can come up with. Rev Max Racing Apparel. All right, well, there was some West Coast racing this week.
Yep. Out Sonoma. Sears Point.
Yeah, Sears Point. I still like to call it Sears Point.
It's a pretty cool name. I don't even know what it's about.
I don't either. I never knew.
I just used to see it on old NASCAR games.
That's what it was called.
Sears Point.
That's what it was called, and I thought that was what they called the area that was in, was Sears Point. I don't know if they renamed the area, or I don't even know. Is it Sonoma County? I mean,
Might have been whenever what's that? With Charlotte and all, they bought it.
oh yeah,
SMI.
like the naming right.
Yeah.
yeah.
SMI,
Probably so.
Charlotte and all that
Yeah,
group of tracks, family of tracks.
yeah. But anyway, they ended up running the truck race over there. I think it had ARCA race out there also. I don't
think they ran truck race.
No, it wasn't truck. It was Xfinity.
Xfinity.
They normally run truck race. They used to run truck race.
They ran
out
truck 6 Sonoma last year.
I mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Xfinity was out there. Kyle Larson led most of the race until he decided he wanted to move the tires.
Yeah. So what do you think that happened there? You think he just knocked the wheel out of his hands or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
'Cause,
happened.
I mean, it's just like all of a sudden it just hung.
Might have hit it just right enough to bend the tire rod, or just tweak it just a little bit, because it didn't look like it handled too great afterwards.
Yeah.
But he went in there and I don't know. He touched tire. It didn't look like a big hit, because Corey LaJoy did the same thing in the Cup car yesterday. Or there's a bunch of cars, but Corey LaJoy was one.
They were all over it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like they just knocked them in. They just kept knocking them in,
Yeah,
moving them in.
They were going to be cutting it for too long.
Exactly. I was waiting for them to just keep on moving them and just make the corner shorter and shorter. So, but anyway, Eric Almirola went out and won the Xfinity race.
I was pretty pleased with that.
I like
that
Eric.
was pretty cool.
I like Eric. He seems like a cool guy. Every time I've ever seen him at the track, he's always seemed nice. Wave, shake hand, whatever, all that good stuff. So I like Eric. Congratulations to him.
Yep.
He needs a little
pick me up.
Pick me up, yeah, for sure. He's had some. It's been rough for him in Cup.
Well, SHR in general just haven't had a lot of speed. And
do you think he regrets not actually retiring last year?
I don't know. I feel like something only he can answer.
I know. It was stink though. I feel like for
Oh, yeah.
me, if I had announced I was retiring, did this whole to do about retiring and leaving, I'm done, whatever. Spend more time with family, which is great. I commend him for it if that's what he wanted to do. Well, then all of a sudden, nope, I'm coming back. Well, when you come back, you just run horrible.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
I'm sure if he was running good, he'd
running good.
been
It'd
the
be
best
great.
decision ever. But
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
yeah, well,
And I
at least
hate it. I mean, say SHR, like you said, SHR is just
none of them have been real
Damn.
great. Yeah, Harvick's been able to get a couple top tens. That's about it.
yeah, but he is driving the dog out of it to do it.
Oh yeah,
It seems
I
like.
think he's ready to get out of there probably.
I think he's about done. He wants. I'd love to see him win
I
a few more before he goes out. I'd love to see him win the championship going out. Personally,
yeah.
I like him enough. You
He's
know,
okay.
and actually, I was an okay fan of his, and I think I became more of a fan of his probably this year.
Really?
Yeah, he was when he was over there at Florence Motor Speedway and stuff. Super nice. I mean,
Oh yeah.
hanging out in the pits. Didn't try to hide from anybody or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just over there with Keelan and stood right there, and we all went and talked to him, and he just talked like, you know.
I liked him when
one
he
of
was.
the track dads.
Yeah, I liked him when he was in the 29.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from a distance. I mean,
Right.
I obviously never met him till then.
Right.
You know, obviously, but I liked him when he ran the 29.
I used to, and I guess it's probably bad. I used to like everybody off performance base. Now it's more like off personal base. The older I've gotten, I like them more off personal base.
I like the nice guys.
I like it. Well, it's not necessarily
Just
nice guys. I just like somebody with a personality.
people, yeah.
And yeah, to be cool with you. I'm not going to necessarily say they have to be nice, but to be
Just personable.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you wave at them, wave back.
Yeah.
You know, if you say hey back. It don't take a
Much.
half second.
Yeah.
It don't take much to do it. You know, yeah. So, and he's just been one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, probably the best I've ever seen out there, and that was Jeffrey Earnhardt. I was at Charlotte, and this dude about missed the start of the race because he's just talking to everybody.
Wow.
And his PR guy said, "Look, you got to go." He's like, "Hold on a minute, I'm talking." So he's probably the most.
He looks like he would be.
He's. We were at Daytona the next year actually, and we go to walk around. We were sitting down in Forward's Xfinity race, and we were kind of down and sitting out of turn 4. We decided to just get up and move. You know, there were seats open and stuff. We kind of just go see another part. We get right there behind start finish line and stuff. He's just standing there in the crowd. I mean, just a couple guys. I walked up to him, talked to him for a second, and super
Kept going.
I
Yep.
mean, yeah.
Cool
So
dude.
that's the kind of people I like to see at the racetrack. You don't like to see the ones that hide from everybody
Yeah.
for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, I have the mentality, and I'll even say this with Dale Earnhardt Jr. because it happened at Florence. You put yourself out there, you know, and not try to hide as much. It almost seems like it's like, all right, people going bombard you and rush you for a little while. Well, then they get an autograph and or say hey or take a picture or whatever, and they're done. So just get it done over.
Get over with early in the day and
Yeah,
keep rolling.
keep rolling. And then everybody thinks more of you at that point. So I don't know. But anyway, that's way off subject. Way off subject. So Almirola wins on Saturday. Go into Sunday. What do you think about the Sunday race there?
I thought it was all right. I think it's just kind of took away the cautions for stage breaks, and it was just kind of let them spread out. Once the fast cars got to the front, it was kind of.
Do you think it brought back in taking the stages out of it? Like, well, they still have stages, but no stage
Yeah, no
cautions.
caution.
As we saw at COTA. Do you think that has brought back in more differing strategies, or do you think it just
Well, it
seems like
has to
everybody's
have.
on the same thing and just
Well, I mean, it used to be the road course. They would all have to just pit with 2 before the stage. You know,
yeah
no matter where. I mean, if you wanted a chance, if you were in it to win the race, you had to follow the strategy of I'm a pit 2 before the stage, so I have track position. So I think it kind of brought some more strategy in. You obviously can't never tell where naturally occurring cautions are going to happen,
right
but I mean, yeah, they brought some strategy in. Just once the cars get so spread out, there ain't even so much you can really do.
right
You saw some of them were able to flip their track position. You know, Kyle was able to, Joey Logano did when they pitted, and they got lucky with a caution. So there's a little bit of that happening, but I think it brought a little more strategy in it.
cool.
Not a whole lot of difference though for me.
Denny Hamlin took himself from running first to worst,
Yeah,
literally. I felt like he was just kind of overdriving the car.
yeah. It seemed like
He was
lost us a
hustling
couple
it hard.
spots there, and just
he started hustling hard there. I was like, man, just calm down.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just hit the inside wall there, which I know is easy to do when you're right
it
behind the
is.
car, but
Yeah.
not unusual to see that happen.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just, like I said, I think he just, I don't know. And I could see how he could overdrive. Cause it's so hard.
Feel like this was your. Well, you also feel like you're on pole. This was a chance for you to have a good run.
Yep. And it just, I don't know. I think even still on road courses, it's hard to pass. Right.
You gotta.
They're telling them not even to hit the inside rumble strips anymore, because I was listening to it, and they're saying don't hit it because they're so worried about the downforce under the rear diffuser. They want it as close as they can to the ground, so don't hit the rumble strips to get the car up because you lose downforce. I'm like,
wow.
Are you serious?
Well, that's crazy because they actually took away downforce after this year supposedly.
Right.
So
they're trying to keep as much.
Still
as
trying
they
to,
can.
still playing a big factor though.
Right. I don't know. It's just
Short track racing don't do a whole lot for me anyway. I mean, not short track, road course racing.
road course. It doesn't me either, but it used to be exciting. I'm trying to remember what turn that is now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one?
It's like the one where they kind of come down the hill, sharp right turn.
Okay.
I think it's like turn 6, 7.
I don't know the numbers, but I think I kind of know what you're
whatever it is. That was always a big one that they come in there and always hit the inside curb, and they always got them great pictures of the cars just up in there. Every once in a while, you'd see all
Popping
4 tires off there, off the ground. You don't see much of that. You didn't see much of that.
I think I'm a big believer in too much of a good thing can ruin it.
Oh, yeah.
And there was 2 road courses a year. They were always good because I mean
they've learned too much about it.
Yeah.
And plus, they're driving a car now that is a
made for road
car,
course
sports car.
Yeah, you watch a sports car racing, that's how it is. I mean, for the most part, it's just a green and checker race. The good cars are able to go to the front.
It reminds me of the V8 supercars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much you took the V8 supercars and put them in NASCAR.
Yeah. Which I mean, I think the big brakes and the sequential transmission is what is the biggest thing caused. I think it was good before because the braking zone was so big.
Right.
There were so many ways to pass somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could just
Well, you're not out breaking anybody
yeah,
now.
you could just try. Yeah, you could just try and out break him. I mean, and it might work, it might not, but the opportunity's there because of how early you have to brake.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. I'm with you on that though. I think the braking that used to be all the fun in it is this guy's gonna dive down the corner. Can he still make the corner?
Will he make it? Yeah.
Now
Can he keep
it's
the
not a
brakes on?
question. They just downshift and dive
Slam
hard on the
those hard
brakes.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think
I will say I don't necessarily think the sequential shifting is so much of a problem, but I do think the 5
5-speed. Yeah, that's kind of more I was talking there. Yeah.
I think it's just the gear ratio is too close, and so they can bump down
just like a little
slow
GT
down.
car. Yeah.
Whereas it used to, you only had 4-speed, and you throw it down in third, you better be ready to slow way down.
Oh yeah.
You liable to wheel
Don't
hop.
let it wheel. Yeah. Not say it doesn't still take skill.
It
now,
does,
but
when's the last time you've seen a car wheel hop?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. they're made to perform on the road now, where they used to be more.
Yep.
It was stock cars trying to race on a road course, which made it exciting because that's what they weren't built for.
Exactly. So anyway, Martin Truex Jr. Takes home the win in it. I never really see Martin Truex Jr. as a good road course racer.
But it's crazy. He's won.
I know
5 of them or something.
He has. He just doesn't come across as the just outstanding road. Which is what I've always said he's smart at. He's just there at the end.
Oh, he's there.
He's always there.
He knows how to whenever he's got the best car, knows how to make it happen.
Very seldom, even on ovals. And typically, if he gets in a wreck, it's somebody else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Or part failure, tire failure, something like that. Martin Truex don't just wreck, or mess up much. I think he's a good one. I'm wondering. That's another one. I'm wondering how many years he gonna stick around.
I think there's rumors.
Well, there was rumor last year that he was leaving. Well, from what I heard, what I gathered is they signed a 1 year more extension contract. So his contract, I think, is up at the end of this year. Who replaces him though?
Yeah, I don't know where you're gonna pull that from unless they just.
I know there's stuff out there. There's people. There's drivers out there in the Xfinity series right now, but nobody's just.
They don't really have
world on
outstanding.
fire. Nah.
Yeah, they don't have Christopher Bell or Ty Gibbs or somebody,
No.
or even Suarez when he was there.
But I don't know that matters anymore. I think the Xfinity cars and the Cup cars are so different now. I don't know that matters.
Yeah, you can just find.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
going to our picks from last week. I picked Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott finished 5th.
Yep, stayed out there at the end.
Stayed out.
Good
Got
run.
it. Got me a good top 5 there. Got me a win. Sterling had Suarez, who thought he really hurt the motor. Apparently, they build motors better than he thought they did. Downshifted instead of upshifted after, I think we were talking about that. It kind of confused him, I think, going from H pattern on Saturday, or H pattern on Saturday to sequential on Sunday. I can see how.
It's got to be hard. Yeah,
Gotta
it's
be.
got to just be ingrained in your mind by the time you get done with that race Saturday.
I don't know how many times they're shifting around there, but it's got to be a lot. Got to be a lot. But anyway, he finished 22nd, I think it was. You had Tyler Reddick, who finished 33rd.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He's a
like to
road
know.
course. He's a ringer.
I felt like I was a underrated pick till it wasn't.
Well, I had him. I think I even had him left. Yeah, and I looked at it afterwards, like, man, because I picked first last week, I think it was, and I was like, I probably should have picked him. Glad I
Good thing you
did.
didn't. Yeah.
Glad I didn't.
Yep.
So anyway,
I'm falling farther behind, and you're opening up a bigger lead.
hey, just think though, a few weeks, that only gonna put me 2 points. If say I win the regular season, as we call it, I'm only gonna be 2 points ahead of you.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Once we start over for playoffs, that's all I get. I get 3 points, or whoever wins the regular season, 3 points. Second place is 2 points. Third place is 1 point. Starting playoffs,
There we go.
pretty much clean slate.
Cool deal.
Gives a little bit of.
A little bit. The way you got an advantage, but it's not a.
It's not a
Still,
killer
it
one.
ain't over yet.
Killer one. It's
Okay.
not over.
Yep.
Not over. I'm thinking about. You tell me what you think. This has just been a quick thought of mine. Think about next year. I know we do our fantasy league and stuff, which your dad's killing everybody in right now. He's been pretty good on fantasy stuff. I know we do that,
Somehow he gets lucky.
but I'm thinking about figuring out a way to open this up to some listeners also.
Sure.
We'll pick so many, and we'll get picks from them and everything, and get some more people in. And I think it might be
fun.
I think that might be fun.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a little tougher because somebody's gonna pick who you want that week.
But I mean that'll be a little more interesting though.
Yeah,
There's always
maybe
A
pick,
wild card that
maybe pick some of our friends that's been on the show before that likes to do stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
say hey, who you got this
maybe
week?
I don't know how many you think. Maybe if we have 6 of us
I
total,
was gonna say just 6
us
or 7.
three,
Yeah.
then 3
That's
more.
three guests.
Yep. So we might
Cool deal. Yeah.
might do that next year.
That sounds good.
So be put in your applications. But this week we're not gonna pick.
Off week.
We got an off week, which I think is weird.
It's kind of a weird spot. to
Why
have
do we race on Mother's Day
in Easter and
and Easter, but not on Father's Day? Makes zero sense. Zero.
it's
Zero.
almost like you lose momentum too.
Yeah,
Kind of a
'cause-
weird spot.
And I know what it is. They're coming back from the West Coast. Want to give them a week off.
yeah, I guess when you say it that way, it does have a little rationale behind it.
There's a little, but I'm just like, schedule it better.
Yeah.
Schedule it better. Put that one. You could. I mean,
Well, I was
in my
watching-
opinion, you could easily put, Sonoma week before Mother's Day or something like that. Then have off Mother's Day. I wouldn't say Easter because that's more Northern California. It might be still a little chilly, depending on time of year. But they need to take off Easter and Mother's Day.
Yeah, I was watching.
I'm still on that kick.
Yeah, well, I was
get off
watching Steve O'Donnell or whatever. He was talking about how the NBA's got Christmas and football's got Thanksgiving. He's trying to, make NASCAR.
Mother's Day ain't it.
Yeah,
Easter ain't it.
Yeah, I don't think you can make NASCAR synonymous with
And
that.
my thing was, it was always, and I still think it is, but they've moved the track now. It was July 4th. To me, that was NASCAR's
Yeah, that was kind of
holiday.
whenever
That
they
was
had Daytona. That was that. Didn't I understand because they had several rainouts there, but I still think that's
They figured it out.
you're gonna have rainouts in August and Daytona as much as you will
Exactly.
July.
Exactly.
But they don't ask us, do they?
No, they don't ask.
That's what's
They
wrong
don't
with.
like. They got the fan council, but I don't think they really listen. To them. Because that was always the what was it? The firework 400 is
Coke Zero 400.
Coke Zero 400. For that, it was. It always fit.
Mm-hmm.
Right around 4th of July, that weekend of 4th of July, whenever that was. There was a time they always ran it on the 4th of July. But I don't know. I think if they ask me, cut some races out. I don't. It's going to be a very unpopular opinion. I don't necessarily think anywhere. Maybe Daytona, if they brought back the oval, or they do, but I'm just saying, if they bring back the oval in July 4th. But I don't necessarily need a second race anywhere.
Yeah, I
don't.
I can kind of agree with that.
A lot of people like it at Darlington, 2 races, but I wasn't necessarily upset with as long as we had Labor Day.
I don't think you should have Kansas and Atlanta shouldn't have 2 dates while Chicago, Atlanta, and Kentucky sit empty.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of where I see it.
And I know it's for attendance reasonings, but I don't feel like they're worried about attendance as much anymore. That's why they're more worried about TV deals.
TV's where the money's made.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're not on that deal. So anyway, well, I don't know what else. When we're racing next, what is the plan as of right now?
I don't know.
I know it's taking the motor out.
Yeah, as soon as we get the motor
and figure out,
we'll get it back together and see how it goes. See how we go from there. See how much speed it's got. See what we need to work on. But we got we got to get that straight before we can do anything else.
I got you. Well, guys, as always, I want to thank our good friends over at MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing. Young drivers coming up through the ranks. You need someone to help you with your marketing. You got to have everything's got to look good on Facebook. It's got to look good on Instagram. It's got to be good. It's got to get your name out there. You got to be in front of the right people at the right times, and you got to have a good marketing team that knows what they're doing to do so. So get with our friend Tanya over at McAllister Precision Marketing, MPM. She knows, she's got all the hookups. She knows everybody in the industry. She knows who your face needs to be in front of. She knows who your talent needs to be in front of. So head over to marketwithmpm.com and get with our friend Tanya today. And she's going to hook you up. She's going to put you out there. You better be ready for it. All you got to do is handle the driving at that point. Put it up front.
There you go.
So, anyway, what else you got?
That about do it for me. How about you?
My birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot. There you go. Happy early birthday.
Well, thank you.
There you go. What you gonna do for your birthday?
I don't know.
No, come on.
Kayla come out here right before you.
Yeah, I saw her leaving actually.
And she asked me where I want to go eat for birthday. I was like, I don't know. Surprise me.
Wherever you take me.
Surprise me. Landon just got back off a cruise. He went. Kayla had Vacation Bible School all last week. She did all the music and dances for everybody at Vacation Bible School. She handled all that. She did a good job at it.
Good deal.
So Jackson has found the pool this year, and he's tall enough now in his Meemaw's pool to reach the bottom, and his head's just out the water. So he is loving it.
Walking around.
He is a fish out there now, which is good because we've been trying to teach him how to swim, and he loves water, which was always scary to us actually because he loves it so much, and We didn't ever want him getting out of the house. If anybody doesn't know, Jackson is autistic. He is on the spectrum, and he just wasn't having us teaching him how to swim.
He was gonna figure it out.
He didn't. No, he just didn't like it. He didn't trust anybody out there in the water holding him up. It's like you kick. Nope, I'm good. So it's good. We're glad now he can reach the bottom and his head is out the water and he's kind of out there. You see him kind of paddling around a little bit now, and so no,
There you go.
he's good.
That's good.
So, but anyway, well, I reckon that's about it.
I reckon so.
I reckon y'all go have a great off NASCAR week. Tonight, if you're watching this on Facebook, it'll be over by the time. XR Series racing at Kokomo, isn't it? I want to say Kokomo. So y'all head over there, check them out on Flow Racing. But anyway, I'd like to thank all our partners, as always. Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Dixie Made, RevMax Racing, MPM. We appreciate all of them greatly. But anyway, I reckon that's gonna do it for us. I said short and sweet, but we probably didn't make it as short and sweet as normal. Had a bunch to talk about.
Yep.
Somehow.
found a way.
Found a way. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, we will check y'all out next week.
Have a good one.